Chapter 6b. 8. I should have known better. I should have known that this was a mistake. The procedure. I dare not speak of it. It is a fate worse than death. Where I am currently standing is halfway of what is the procedure's full completion. I know next to nothing about the rest of this procedure. I was strapped to a bed of thorns. That is all I will say. Then he appeared. Dalen. The man who I was supposed to call father. The reason I knew I shouldn't have trusted him was the fact that he used me as a weapon. It was quite obvious, actually. And with Sarah's help, I finally saw the corruption for what it was. Evil. He walked over to me and said, "Ah, you were such a promising candidate for the army." "Burn," I said. I couldn't think of anything else other than the pain I was in. "Now, is that any way to treat your father?" "You're not my father." "Ah, yes. Well, the war is about to begin. You'll be all by yourself, bleeding on a table. If it means I get to hear your screams, I hope that I live long enough to see that. I don't care if I die as long as you're coming with me." Save a spot for me, because I'm not planning on coming anytime soon. "Oh, believe me, I'll do more than that." He left the room. The castle was empty. I heard someone yell, "Charge!" That meant the battle was on. A few moments later, I heard the sound of screaming. That was bad. It meant that, well, we officially had begun the war. But my question is, what side was I on? I didn't know. And truth be told, I didn't care. I didn't want part of this at all. I just wanted to leave with Sarah. A few moments later, a drop of blood fell into my lip from one of the dangling bodies. There were maybe 7. I felt this rush of energy and a rush of strength. I broke the chain that bound me, and then 2 guards came running in. Before they could do anything, I grabbed one of their heads and slammed it against the table I was on. Then, breaking the other chain, I rushed over to a knife, or a scalpel, I think it was called, and I jammed it into the throat of the other. I had to escape. It was now or never. But I wasn't leaving without Sarah, or that hunter. She's the only one who can get me to safety. I ran as fast as I could. I was bleeding all over the place. I saw Sarah. She was running towards me. She said, "It's about time you finally showed up." "What do you mean?" "I mean, the battle is on. I was outside for maybe 10 minutes. It was a massacre. They're getting slaughtered. We don't have much time. Come on." I heard more sounds of death. I wasn't sure what was going on outside, but I knew that my opportunity to escape was now. Sarah and I went deep down into the dungeon to find the hunter. We swore we'd release her if she helped us. And now it's time to make good on our promise, if she makes good on hers. If there was ever a promise to keep, it was to escape. We ran down and we saw her chained to a wall. She was freaking out, panicking. Something wasn't right. I still had a little bit of that strength left in me from that tiny drop of blood. I ripped the shackles off of her. said, "Let's go." "Why are you covered in blood?" she said. "We'll discuss that later," Sarah said. "We have to get him out of here. Now." "What about you?" I asked. "Listen, I can keep him busy. You two need to leave. Now." "I'm not leaving you." "You have no choice. I know a device. It's in the observatory, capable of flight." "Will that work?" the hunter asked. "We really don't have time to figure it out. The device is experimental. The thing is it only houses 2 people. You two are the only ones that are going. What about you?" "Dalen still trusts me. Maybe I can make it work." 8. You have to do better, okay? You have to escape, and you have to kill him. If I die, avenge me, please. I'm not losing you. We're all going." "No. Like I said, it only can hold 2 people. Go, now." When we left, she said, 8. I want you to stab me in the leg when we get up there." "What? Why?" "To help give the illusion that Dalen is still in control, and that this is a minor inconvenience, and also to make it look good." "Fine." When we got up there, I immediately stabbed her in the leg. The contraption looked like a set of wings. I looked at the contraption and I looked back at Sarah. I said to her, "I will be back for you. I promise. Go, now." We hopped on and we ran as fast as we could with the contraption. It was a set of wings with a little pull bar that we could hold on to, and 2 little ropes on each end of the wings. Then we jumped off. "What do we do?" the hunter asked. "Why are you looking at me? I don't know what this thing is, and I don't know how it works." "Oh, okay then. So we're just gonna fly randomly in a random direction with no idea how this is going to work. Phenomenal. You could have told me that you didn't know how to drive this thing." "Believe me, if I knew how to drive it, I would have been gone a long time ago." We kept flying through the air, trying to figure out how this machine works. I pulled down one of the ropes, and it bent the wing. I could hear the metal creaking and cracking. We looked down and we saw the army that was there. All of them were dead, bodies scattered. And the hunter and I, we got in unison of pulling the ropes. Now we were really flying. "Come on! We have to do this. If we don't, we die." We both pulled in unison as best we could. We gained altitude. I turned around and just stared at the castle. Thoughts rushed through my head. Is Sarah really going to be okay? Or is she going to die? Too many questions, not enough answers. What were we going to do? I asked myself multiple times. When we land, if we find out how to land this thing, we're going to need a place to stay. We're going to need to get back to wherever this hunter calls out base. And maybe, just maybe, I can save Sarah. I plan on doing that. That's my first task. Before any more thoughts could come in, I heard the machine creak and crack in a way that I didn't hear. The rope broke, and now we were just simply gliding. "Oh no, that's not good," I said. "What do you mean not good?" "We're falling. We're going to be crash landing." "Crash landing, huh? Very well." And as we fell, I saw trees and snow. There wasn't really much else to look at. We crashed into one of the trees and we fell. I hit my head on a rock, I think.